eyes close and dreams go free. Got an angel next to me. Hold me close so I can breathe. Let me go so I can live. Where do we go from here? Take me far away.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys out there? All right. Namaste like hitch, my family, and welcome to Morning Coffee. We got a lot to share. We got lots to talk about. We got a lot of events took place, huh? Goodness gracious. Wasn't like I called it 2 weeks ago. But no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, 2 more events to go. 1.5. What else? We all know that the passing of the Queen, that was a time marker, just as we know that the Georgia Guidestones going down was also a marker in time. Start seeing some of these historical events as a TV show, as you're watching a cinematic movie. And there are multiple stories. There's plotline A, plotline B. If you guys have ever taken a screenwriting class, right? You learn how to write in arcs, right? So there's different arcs to these stories. So pay attention. Lots of awesome and good news coming. I have this full moon, huh? Goodness gracious. Let's go from a Lion's Gate right into a Pisces full moon. I was sitting there like, oh god, this is fantastic. Oh, I love it. Any more goblins and gremlins that wanna get close to me and whisper in my ear? Like I don't know what this is. It's way too many Airbnbs in Sedona. That's all I know. I got all these TV station cables coming in. I'm like, where's this TV station from? They're like sleeping all around us. I don't know. If you guys are in Sedona, there's a lot of Airbnbs. That might need to start shutting that down, huh? People in Sedona that are meant to be here are meant to be here. Usually it takes 2 years to graduate. I love you. I love everybody. I'm just like, come on, guys. What else? I don't know. I love you. What's up? Let's get this. I have so much to share. It's a beautiful day. Yo, bro. I'm getting ready for my flippy floppies in my robe and my, I don't know. Baby, I'm leaving. I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling restored. I'm feeling hungry. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness gracious. It's beautiful to see some of my old homies. Jeffrey. I love you, bro. Mr. Bolger. Love that guy. One of the strongest tanks on earth. If you ever watch this, Jeff, wherever you are out there, buddy. Haber, I don't know. Maybe take a camera with us, doing some things. You can be a photographer and ring guardian. But the rings of power are real, huh? Have you guys watching that show on Amazon? Goodness gracious. I have my own rings of power. You know, all right, this is the ring, and then I have rings of power. Just so you guys know, this one right here on my pinky, Shadowkite. If you guys have a hard time speaking in public, or if you guys have a hard time communicating, Shadowkite on your right sending hand. That's Shadowkite. Obviously, Rainbow Moonstone. I've got huge things to show you. I don't even know how I'm going to lift these things over here. But let's just say we'll save that for later in the broadcast. I'm feeling grateful for you guys. You know what I mean? What up, what up? Go ahead and plug in where on the planet you guys are watching from. Go ahead and chime in. Dude, double rainbows everywhere? Is rainbows going off everywhere? I don't know. Let's go. The solar. Let's talk about the solar stuff. Yes, the amount of CMEs, coronal mass ejections, has greatly picked up. There's so much energy coming from the sun, and yes, about 5-6 actually it was like 4 or 5 days ago, the sun was so radiant you couldn't look at it. So we're getting blasted with activation codes. Gaia is raising her frequency. Pachamama, Mother Gaia, is raising her frequency. So it's really important. What's going to happen? What are some of the symptoms of this? Okay, let's go through some of the symptoms you're going to be feeling. Okay, what happens when you take a high frequency and you start broadcasting it on a lower frequency, right? Of like, right. Anything of the lower frequency in consciousness, vibration, and physical ailments are going to vibrate out of the body. Okay, it might also cause some things that were hiding under the surface to surface. You know, you might have something that you thought you beat or it was dormant and all of a sudden it shows up again. What I'm trying to get to is that everything's got to purge. Do things to help detox the suit. It'll go that much faster. Yesterday, I had the most, I don't know, I worked all day. I'll show you guys. I've been working, I think, I've had 2 days of recovery since I got back from Mount Rushmore. And I've been working nonstop every single day since for about 8-9 hours a day. I'm keeping myself busy. I'm keeping myself ready for that new. I watch so much intel, it's bananas, because I'm looking for markers. Like, imagine being obviously we're all conscious and consciously waking up, but this is what I'm getting to. I'm sitting there staring at like 7 or 8 feeds of information looking for markers, and my vessel doesn't know what it's doing, but my higher selves do. I'm like, there's a marker, there's a marker, there's a marker. So what I'm getting to is we all are collectively honing in on the timeline we want as we get closer to this precipice of real change on this planet. All right. Over our heads. Okay, is the music too loud? YouTube, let me know. Is it good? Can you guys hear me good? The same room. Florida, coming in hot, Florida. I'll be there soon. Love is this, love is this, love. Hopefully this time I don't have to take all the souls that were off the coast and deliver them. That was awesome. If you guys remember that Florida video, I had no idea I'd be delivering old souls when I go scuba diving. Texas in the house. Love you, Texas. Oklahoma. Yeah, Shattuckite. That's close. That's Shattuckite. It's Shattuckite. And it looks like this. It's in the store, you guys. Go check out store.teamlight.com. We cherry pick everything for you guys. This is what you guys know. It's not random. It's not Amazon. It's not eBay. It's not Etsy. I go to the #1 distributor in the entire United States, and I cherry pick out of a warehouse full of rings. So I should actually show you guys a picture. When I go back down to Tucson, I'll take some pictures of what you're like, oh my God, I had no idea. I'm like, yeah, bro, each ring thing has 50 rings on it. I maybe picked 2. And the guy gets upset with me. He's like, why you only pick 2? Because I was like, the rest of these don't have any juice. Come here, guy, let me show you. And I showed him. He's like, oh, no one's ever done that before. I was like, yeah, welcome to Earth. There's a lot of things that we are doing that hasn't been done in a really long time. Yeah, it's got to have a dude on it. It's got to be like, there's got to be some juice, or I'm not into it. Speaking of juice, all right, I'll do this. See, I'm like warming up like it's a rep. Hold on a second. Ooh, okay, I made another one. This is. I know, yes, I know, yes, I know now. Hey, Opie Prophecy. Is this close enough to what you meant by you'll know them by the gifts they bring? Did I do a good enough job? Could I be any more obvious? Dude, this is something. What are we doing? Oh, what am I doing? What are we doing? This thing doesn't even really like belong here. I don't think this thing belongs on Earth unless like hi. I'm having a hard time ascending in OBE and astral projection. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't talk to my higher selves. And Team Light and Rion's over here like, I can help with that. All right, so, bruh, like, oh my God. I should just do reps. Like, yeah, what you want? This thing's heavy, bro. Okay, that's not even the big enchilada. That's the scary thing. What does he do for 9 hours every day? You want to see? Come on, give me a second. That was like a 50-pound press. Give me a second here. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. He's stronger than he looks. He's stronger than he looks. North Carolina. Love you guys. Happy. Happy, happy, happy. I love ya. What is happening, everyone? Feeling grateful. Let's go, let's go. Oh my God, you guys are lighting it up. You're lighting it up. Sound is good. Yeah, Naughty Beaver, that's who it was. Yeah, very good. I think I saw something, I don't know if it was Naughty Beaver's channel, but there's a lady that looks like E.T., AF. Yeah, dude. Make you sweat. Okay, here we go. Montana, White Raven, up in the mountains, Montana. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have classes. We're gonna do cool things. Once these large, okay. Oh yeah, these. Owen, love you. Maybe too much. You know what that one? The first one was I just showed you. Okay, this is for a healing center. Let me show you this one. If you guys didn't know, they did a test on my Nubian pyramids with the Kesh engines and the plasma and the magnetic drive I put inside of it and whatever. It's a lot of nerd stuff, but it reset all the. It was a test group done. The video is on YouTube, or if you go to the store, click on video. There's a video link under the Nubian Brahma. It reset all of the water molecules in a human body in 15 minutes. And they did it 8 or 9, I don't know, 6 to 7, 8 times. I don't know. You have to watch the video 8 times in a row. Brought the entire body into resonance in 15 minutes. I'm laughing because I sit out on my deck and I'm in my Nubian having morning coffee. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, what's going on? I'm sitting there for at least hours. All right, here we go. Come on. You'll see. Okay, come on. Oh. Careful. Careful, young Jedi. Oi, we're gonna go ahead and show you what number 1 on Earth looks like. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, J-Dog. This is what number 1 looks like. No, I'm just kidding. So, there's 12. It's 3 cores, dude. This thing is bananas. Let me just hold this thing. Oh my God. Hey, look. Who am I? What am I doing here on this planet? Can someone talk to me? You're like, here, can I make it any larger radio broadcast tower for you? So this is called the Super 7. Oh, I'm making them for healing centers. Oh my God. Dude. What happens when he makes them full size? I don't know, we shift a planet. What happens when it's 30 feet tall, sir? You guys think an obelisk, a stone obelisk is a big deal? You think a stone obelisk is what gives you right to rule on a planet? Well, in children, anyways, yeah. Just like little babies, like little, I don't even know, children. Oh God, that felt good. In Kingston Town. There's a lot of wiring. I don't even want to show you all the wires, but it looks like mad scientist stuff. I love you guys. Let's shift again. Dude, we're going to light up this room. You guys check it. What do you think I'm going to do when you guys are on the property? And we have domes printed. There's a 2,000 square foot warehouse, and you guys want to learn how to make these things. I don't have that weird thing where like, oh, this is my patented situation, and only I am the creator. This is the most ridiculous, childish thing I've ever heard in my life. First of all, nothing that we're doing now, everything's been done before. We have new materials and cool things. We share. We share. I'll show you guys how to make them. And you can go through the same strives that I've had. It took me 12 years. I've been pouring orgonite for about 10, 12 years. I think that thing right there plugged in will give William Reich would even be like, whoa, bro. I was just putting some little orgonite and aluminum and like some sheep's wool and layers in a wood box. Like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, well, evolution is what that is. thank you. But yeah, we be making big changes on Earth. The whole point is, I like doing healing centers because I put some of my love and energy into these things because of how many people they're going to help. So, believe me, you guys, I'm downstairs. I don't need to be doing this. I love you. But I'm down there just like stacking Dharma. I'm like, okay, let's see how many people can be healed with this. And then it turns into like a whole, like, I know, I love you guys, but I'm trying to say, I'm getting like Michelangelo. I'm getting like Da Vinci up in here, bro. I'm like, this might be the last one I do like this. This may be the last one. It's strange. You start like, I don't know, it becomes, your work becomes a representation of you. And I think that's why great artists back in the day would take so much time to make one thing. With you guys, obviously I want you guys to have the juice. So I try to do it as fast as humanly possible. And I do have some new little Jedi I'm training. You know who you are. Don't want to blow you up here. But yeah, that's the whole point. I want to teach you guys how to do this stuff so we can light up the whole world. There it is. Yeah, I'll teach you guys how to bend frequency, bend vibration, bend sound. And I guess I told you the goal is to actually bend the reality or the veil around you. Now, mind you, the veil is just getting thinner every single day with these solar activities. It's literally dissipating the veil. So what are we doing right now as the collective on Earth? We are assisting everyone else to not only understand what's happening in our history, not only understand what's happening now on the surface and these time markers as time adjusts, but what we're really doing is making sure that everyone gets the point. If you understand the lesson, if you understand that you're in school, if you understand that you're taking tests, if you understand that, or understand, I should say, that your choice dictates the path you walk upon, then, you know, you tell your parents, your grandparents, whoever it is, your kids, your friends, cousins, you're like, hey, dude, ladies and gents, check it. We got some choices to make here. What are we going to choose together? This thinking everything is separate, it's an illusion. If you were in a spacecraft flying over this planet, we are the people of Earth. There's no imaginary, fences that you can see. Put it that way. Ask a pilot. You fly over Europe, you flew through like 10 countries in like 9 minutes. It's all BS. So I just want to be real with that. The legal contracts and agreements that were set up during the time period of Queen Elizabeth are null and void. That's been known for quite some time. And yes, we're not sure exactly when she passed on, but like, I heard this information 2.5 years ago, but whatever. And I heard that they asked for an extension, a 2 to 3 year extension, the Nightside Cabal dudes, because they needed to get things arranged. So I think when she really did pass 2.5 years ago, I think that was up in January 2021, right? Okay. I don't want to ruin the game, but I'm giving the news. I'm just, do you have a softer version you'd like me to share that's more into your conscious level? How would you like me to express it to the population of this planet? Big changes are happening. Stay patient. Stay diligent. Don't believe everything you hear. Many misinterpretations of the timeline. The point is it's supposed to be a surprise. No one's supposed to know. There's still 6 more probabilities in the timelines that need to be adjusted. Is that all you got? I mean, you're a higher conscious being. What else? That's good for now, son. Don't push them. Okay. You guys, I lean on. I'm like, hey. I'm like, you guys ever have like a big dog, like a big bulldog that just kind of puts his head on you? He's like, hey. He like just runs up and headbutts you. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Can we move faster? I don't know. There's some other things I heard that was quite interesting about Afghanistan, and that there was a Pentagon report that came out that said the Sumerian gods were coming back. And then I thought to myself, that's strange. There's like was a TikTok or an Instagram video, but I started thinking, and I was like, if some of the elder species came back, and it's weird how we kind of bounced out of Afghanistan, like get out of there, like we had to get out of there, right? I don't know. I can say that my own personal family, when I chose the light side and I chose that I wanted to, experience the light side and kind of stay with my Lyran side, because I told you I'm both. Not like these pretenders out there that don't even know who they are. I am both. But what I'm trying to say is that I can still pick and choose whatever I want to be, wherever I want to go. I believe in free will, and this is a free will universe, not just a solar system. So, we get compared. A lot of us that are really strong, depending on who wins the war or how many eons of years ago, you're either seen as the hero or the villain. So let me kind of break this down for some of you guys that are having a hard time understanding these galactic trials. Right? The upper echelon would say, what's the maximum output or maximum evolution that can take place within a genome of this God source DNA and the brotherhood and sisterhood of all beings in this universe, and especially in this, solar system, galaxy, whatever. It's very small. There are aspects on this planet where we are zoomed in so close you can't see the other aspects of our own planet, which is very interesting, outside the ice walls. But if everything is one frequency or one oscillation away from another dimension, we're literally coexisting in real time, even though we consider it linear, what are the lesson plans that we're learning? We're all in emotional rehab here. Most of the beef I have with the things I'm dealing with right now, just to let you know how far gone I am as far as a human on this planet in this modern age, I am processing this mainly the third seeding of man, or third seeding on this planet. I am still 15 to 25,000 years ago. So as my dimensional selves would go, I don't know, I'm processing like 8th dimensional, 10th dimensional emotions. It's very strange. Like imagine you wake up and you're feeling like your 8th or 10th dimensional version, or your 9th dimensional version, or my 7th dimensional version on my light side. They're rad. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with dimensions, go to store.teamlight.com, click on sessions, scroll down to the bottom. There are 3 free downloadable articles for you. One of them is my dimensional template. Download it, print it out, and when I talk about dimensions, look at what I'm speaking about. So what I'm getting to is some of the guardians of this planet also have to release pain and trauma and forgive. That divine spark, that Yeshua bloodline, which, I am a part of, no one talks about the stuff that you got to forgive. Everyone wants to think it was gummy bears and raindrops during the angelic wars. And everything on one side was the way it was supposed to be. There were mistakes made on both sides. I'm sorry to burst everyone's bubble here. You'll find out. The universe is a huge hodgepodge of calculations and probabilities. What I'm getting to is, how do you feel in your heart? How do you feel in your heart? So, hope that helps some of you guys. All these dimensional versions of us want to make this whole SimCity game very complicated. Creator would say, how do you feel, son? How do you feel, daughter? Are you happy? What troubles you? What are you processing? How can we assist you? How can I assist you? It's the simple things, ladies and gentlemen. Like, after this Ukraine-Russia thing, it's going to take a team of us to go in there and clean this thing up. Okay? After all these world things, I don't even know what's going on in the center of China. Who's going to clean that up? You're going to ask a bunch of 20-year-olds that, just waking up to go do it? No, dude. It's going to be us, just like it's always us. We're the same beings that incarnate every, 2,000 years. Maybe 5, maybe 10, who knows? Some of you guys say it's your first time here. I get that, but that's probably just your 5th dimensional Palladian. It's not the being or aspect of that suit with the DNA that's been here far longer, or the aspects of creation that course through your veins. Your soul may be just have arrived, let's just say, but that suit you're wearing has not. That suit has memory. Every single human body on this planet is a survivor. Remember that. For you to be sitting there looking at my face, your great-granddaddy walked off the battlefield. Your great-grandmother survived the pandemic. We are the survivors of many traumas and experiences. And the strength you have in that suit is far greater than you can ever imagine. Okay? If you don't believe me, once you go ask the dark side, you thought this whole thing would happen a lot faster. It's not. We have the source creator, spark of creator inside of us, and that comes first. So, oh no, hesitate. We're doing good. Full moon in Pisces. What do you want? I mean, I'm just trying to say, like, I'm not thinking about 3D shit. I can tell you that right now. I keep seeing citadels, waterfalls that like shoot off on aqueducts, and I'm just staring at it. And then like the water was different, and like as the water falls, it hits different frequency waves or bubbles, and as the frequency oscillates through each energy field, it creates a different frequency or harmonic. Definitely not from here, that I can promise you. I don't think I've been down in this density in quite some time. But I do have lives here. I don't think I was this version of me back then. That's all. Yeah, you know what? Check this out. Tastes like chicken. Just kidding. I don't know how to explain this to you, but when the giants roamed the earth, that was not a big deal. Sorry. A little barbecue sauce. Right, Tone? We need a little barbecue sauce. No, I'm just kidding. It's weird, you know. Yeah, you know, the whole deal is like, you know what? Here's the thing. You're going to blame the lower level stuff? Yeah, I don't know, man. You know. Oh, no. There are really nice reptilians out there, and then there are really negative ones. There are really nice Zetas out there, and then there's really weird ones. You know, I don't know. No one talks about the mantids or the ants. You know, they kind of keep to themselves. The ant people that apparently saved the Hopi after the last flood. No one talks about them. I rarely see anyone spit more than like 3 sentences. Or you're talking about it from off-world on Mars. So, I don't know. There's a lot of things. The mantid beings. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I just kind of want to like Care Bear stare into like a hive and go, is there anyone in there that actually can conceive putting your heart on? Are we all just data chewing on itself? Like, I don't know. I can only imagine what our creator actually feels like. You know, our creator would just morph into any version of the species god that they take orders from and just casually morph into it. You realize that, right? Our creator is so powerful, he would literally take his hand and morph one of his fingers into the queen or king or god of whatever species he was talking to, speak to them in their own language so they would understand. You guys, we haven't seen real power. We haven't really seen how the universe works. We're here as bookmarks and markers to sample this consciousness and to balance this ship called planet Earth. When we get into the nitty-gritty of the stuff from the past, listen, or the stuff coming up in the future, listen. It takes us out of our power in the present to change. So just remember that. A lot of beings that were bullied for a very long time, and this is something that I learned about, and I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Did you know that the Elohim, the stories, I mean, I don't even want to drop this on you. Yeah, you know. How about this story? There's a story out there, I believe Miss Dean brought it up, that the Elohim that guarded the 13th gate got in a beef with the Draconians or the dragons and that guarded the 11th gate. And that war caused a huge situation, and the Elohim struck first. They whooped on the dragons and the Draconians in the 11th gate for quite some time until they actually came back, resisted, and overcame. So again, you got to look at the Voyager's information. Again, what did I tell you from the very get-go? Rewind the videos 12 years. Who taught them how to be that way? Was it some weird AI god or AI conscious that got into the head of the Elohim? I don't know. Seems like it. It seems like there's something going on. So, again, this is just stories I've heard and data, but I'm here as a little temperature gauge you're going to find out a lot of these stories aren't what you think they are, and there's a lot of embarrassment and shame on both sides. And that's what we're down here healing. The last thing you're ever going to hear is an Elohim going, we made a mistake. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that. Have you understood that what their facial expression represents? Now, some of the strongest would say, we could have done that better. Right? We could have done that better. And I think if we were a living organism inside of the universe, which is alive, inside of our creator, which is alive, that he or she or it or we would like to do better and find more harmony and harmonize the universe. Remove that 95% cool beings, 5% turds, maybe get to 99% cool, 1% turd. You know, just you know, someone's got to have that one crayon in the box, you know, like, do you ever use the periwinkle color? You're like, nah, but we keep it in the box just because it's supposed to be there. We don't know. No one paints with it. So what I'm getting to is there's a higher standard that goes beyond all of these stories, and it starts with, how do you feel? Are you loved? Do you love yourself? You must first love yourself before you can love something else or someone else or a planet. So that self-love is something that, you know, man, all the way into the high arches and king rooms of Nibiru, and their 60-foot ceilings and the gold columns and the whole thing. You're still sitting there on the bed, sitting up with my hand on my head like this, going, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if I believe in the old religion. I don't think we had the whole equation. I don't think a lot of... And then what do you do if you're the elder species? What do you do if you're the elder species of 5 or 6 different species, and you find out that the core mechanics of what you believe is not 100% accurate? How do you explain that to your lower species you created, that you may have made a mistake? And that the propaganda regurgitated over 300 million years may not have been the right cause of action. What do you do with that? How do you explain that? How am I even pulling that down here and I'm in a 3D popsicle suit? So what I'm getting to is, there's a lot of things that we need to understand, and then a lot of changes going on. The goal is we want peace. The goal is we want peace in the Middle East. We want peace on this planet. We want peace in the solar system. We want peace in this galaxy. We want peace in this universe, man. And then once we have peace within us who are soul embodied, right? We need to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of these shenanigans. And from that functionality, restructure, recalibrate, and start giving into such simpleton, lowbrow temptations, but truly come from our hearts and realize that we are all we ever needed. True love comes from the inside out. Truth comes from the inside out. Your heart is your true microphone to the planet. I speak to you because I am in that place, and there's still a lot of data I am processing, but I'm expressing myself. What is the goal? How do you feel in this present moment? Are you going to become, right, a good god, a good goddess? Right? Are you going to lead wisely? Are you going to lift others up? Are you going to become a shining beacon of truth on this planet, or any planet you venture to? Are you going to be a true ambassador of spirit in our creator? Those are the real simple things that kind of, you know, when you're in a word ceremony and you get that one badge or that one medal or that one symbol, right? What it really means is you've graduated the 100,000 different little weird badges and dimensions and all that jazz. And all of a sudden you just get one, you know, one badge, or just like Crazy Horse with the one feather. You get to a place where you're wise enough to decide many things for those beings that may not have experienced as much as you have. And you get into a place of compassion And instead of seeing people as combatants, you see them all as little kids figuring it out, trying to find love. And there are entire species out there in this universe that are still searching for that. And it's something that love is what you're searching for. And those that don't have it or have that light from Creator, man, it sucks to be in the shadows for eternity. I'll tell you right now. You guys, when you wake up in the morning and that sun hits your face and you see our beautiful sun rising, right? There's something about, like, you feel comfort. You're like, at least there's something more awesome and powerful than all this weird shit. At least the sun's rising. You know what I mean? Like, I feel good. You're charging me up. I hear the birds chirping. Like, it's really just loving something greater than yourself and realizing that we're down here having an experience, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to share that with you. You're my golden angel. All right, let's go. All is one, baby. You guys are going off in the chat. My eyes are closed. Love you, brother. I don't know. We're talking about diets. We're talking about, okay, 5D mission work. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. 99. If we're 95 cool, 5% turd, let's go for 99% cool, 1% turd. How does that sound? And just stick all the turds into the brown ray. No, I'm just kidding. We'll call it the dark brown. You're like, what's that ray? Is that the negative green? You're like, no, it's just turd brown. Just kidding. Brown's cool. I mean the turd ray is a joke. I know Mother Gaia likes brown. Earth. But let's be honest. But exactly. Let's go. Oh man. Woman. Truth. Yes. Yeah. We're some of us are expressing deeper things. So I just want you to say at the end of all the data compression and all the historical data you will find right now, because it's exploding everywhere, I'm going to just tell you, they monitor your higher selves monitor your emotional body and how are you feeling and can you handle that much frequency? Can you handle accessing upper dimensional content while still being in a physical suit, having a cup of coffee, and just like rocking with Yodi, It's like the master's like, the data's happening. And like Yodi's like, welcome to the big show. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, I know. I'm old. We've been waiting a long time for this. You know what I mean? All right, so just want you guys to know. That's what it is. The real masters can go through storms calmly. And it's not because we're silly or egotistic. Rather, it's because we've done this before and we've experienced this before. So we're like, hey, just chill out. We're all in this together. We're in a round table. Be very careful of those people that try to put themselves above you. That's the first thing that shows me your real age. We're at a round table because here's the thing. There's things I can do that maybe you can't do, but there's things you can do that I have a very hard time doing or I can't do. Okay? When I was a light warrior, ladies and gents, for that first 6-7 years doing this stuff, I was numb. My heart was off. I was numb. The things I was dealing with were gnarly. When my heart came on, I realized that I was a little kid. And it took a lot of work. My heart turned on in 2015. And I'm just telling you, it's a constant thing you're going to have to realize, because once you process all your 3D experiences, every memory in your chemical computer, right, from the time you're born till now, and then you process your bloodline, your mommy, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa, your grandma, your grandpa, your great, go all the way back. You start streaming all this consciousness of everything your bloodline holds as data that you're accessing through your DNA in your suit. Then you get through 3D stuff. Then you go into the 4th dimension. Hopefully it takes you 4 years. Your 4D goes to Ascension school. They graduate. They go to 6. Where our eyes are firmly locked on 5D. Now, obviously, I want to go higher than 5D on my light side. So my whole thing is that I want to go 7 to 9. My maximum potential in this incarnation is 9D. They've told me what I have to do to get to 7, and I'm working on it. So for my 5 to get to 7D, and for me to slide in there, and I don't know. I keep middle management's cute on this planet. I love you very much, but I will tell you something that I had to say out loud on the top of mountaintops and temples and ancient structures on this planet over the last 12, 13 years. Stargate Amun Maru, just like, I will leapfrog your booty if you don't get your P's and Q's and get your shit together. I used to yell that at my higher selves. I will leave you in these lower dimensions and I will blow by you like a bullet train. You guys need to understand that just because this hierarchy exists doesn't mean you can't jump floors. Yes, you can. If your higher selves are unwilling to move, if they just suck and they want to smoke pot, smoke weed in the parking lot while you go to Ascension school, just go right by them. But they can't sit there and loosh off of you or pull energy off of you. You got to be able to control your mind and go, yo, bro, you might have fed off me for 20 years of poor decisions, but check this out. All I have is carrots and Brussels sprouts. And, I incarnate on this planet to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And guess what, brah? I'm out of bubblegum. Once your third eye turns on, you're staring eye to eye with your dude. And go, get your shit together. I need you to move faster. Okay? That's who galactic beings really are. We're not part of this normal hodgepodge of this population. We incarnated here on a mission. We are on a mission. We are successful at our mission. And we are doing that right now. That's the reason why we bump shoulders with certain beings and certain beings' egos, because the thing is that we have a situation where we all came here to do something. Some of these beings are just doing donuts and they don't get it. They're like, why is all my power stripping away? In the old system, it's worked forever. It's because the new guard incarnated and we're here to reset the game, reset the planet, raise the frequency and bring it back into 5D. The game you were playing and your bloodline was playing with no longer is going to exist in this platform. Oh. Another thing, too, that bugs me with these 13 families that apparently have, hierarchies outside of the ice wall, let's just say. 13, huh? Let me get this straight. What happens if I come from a royal line in Andromeda, which, by the way, is way older than the Milky Way? I was watching this shitey TV station called Earth in its Evolution, and a group of us decided to come here from Andromeda or the Lyran star system, our homeworld, out in Vega, Lyra, and we go, yeah, we're going to incarnate, and we're going to go ahead and adjust this whole thing. What I'm getting to is that, what are a bunch of little toadstools and 13 families going to do to stop that? Nothing. Not a damn thing. There's a hierarchy to this universe, and some of us only came here just to let you know why. When you guys started setting those H-bombs off, it wasn't Fukushima. Not Fukushima, but the first A-bomb in World War II. No, that kind of woke us up a little bit. It was when you guys started testing H-bombs that you woke us up and we had to come over here. So for all these weird stories and things, these guys only have themselves to blame. You guys, I just want to be real. Because I've asked many times, was this completely necessary that you brought the A-team? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what was the cause? They're like, in the 60s, when they started lighting off the H-bombs and they turned Valiant Thor away and they started playing with gray stuff and the breakaway Germans and how the Sakaar and the Draconian gave them the tech. They weren't supposed to be able to, all this stuff, right? Not to point fingers. What I'm trying to get to is this. There's a rhyme and a reason why we showed up at this power level. So for all those guys wondering how I can't believe it, the prophecies, you made your own prophecies come true. You just didn't realize, right, that what you called here is far greater than you can even fathom. Imagine being 13 families sitting in this place and the entire universe shows up on your front door. What is 13 families going to do? Nada. Just want to be real with you. So, they woke us up. I can't tell you this 100,000 times. The guys that watch me in the little circle rooms behind the scenes, you woke up things you cannot fathom. There are things that have not showed up here in cycles who are now incarnated staring at you. Okay? Again, it all happened because you guys didn't listen to your hearts and it took it a little too far. These guys drove off the rails. We have human civilizations on other planets that these guys have seeded all over the place. That's not the point. The point is this species, us as humans, and the spirit we have is beautiful and precious. And many beings showed up to protect and guide that divine spirit. It's not punishment, just our parents are showing up. That's it. All the little stories and fake Egyptian schools and all the fucking nights of boo-boo and jugu and dada and baba, your children. There are older things coming even from the dark. There are things that sit in that antimatter zone and the spaces in between galaxies that are also watching. Not to burst your bubble, there are things that sit in the other dimensions, in the spaces in between, that are also watching this game. You've actually interested them. That normally would never come here, because you started playing with weird stuff. So please, there's a reason why we kind of slowed our roll as a civilization, had to be reset so many times, because the technology takes over and we start developing all this crazy stuff and super advanced stuff, but we don't have the emotional maturity to wield it properly, and no one wants to say that out loud. That's all it is. We could have had all this stuff 100 years ago, 200 years ago. They would have showed up and go, here, bro, you guys are a balanced civilization. You're treating everyone with respect. We love you guys. Hook it up, hook it up, hook it up. What has changed? We are playing with technology, and we keep going to the warring stuff instead of taking beautiful technology that we have for free power on the planet. Yeah, what do they do? How can we turn it into a weapon? How can we do this? How can we make money off of it? This old weird system's got to go, and the people responsible for it, you got to go. You got to grow up. That's all we're asking. You got to grow up, man. You can't keep doing that, because in future timelines, you're going to call again things here into your little baby world that aren't going to play by your rules. But again, remember what I told you guys a long time ago? I said, when I think it was the movie Thor, the first one or the second one, right? And Loki wants to turn on the Tesseract, and he's like, don't do that. And they go, why? We're just playing with some technology we don't understand. They go, no, if you turn that on, you're going to let the universe know you are ready for a higher level of situation showing up here that you are not prepared for. That would smoke this whole thing in about 15 seconds. We are in a carnival ride kindergarten in emotional rehab, growing up as eternal spirits to balance a playing field that's been offset for quite some time. Do not forget the lesson of why we chose to come here, to love one another, love ourselves, and balance thyself. Balance ourselves so we can wield these amazing things in the future and know when to use something, know when not to use it. Okay. These guys have been playing with a lot of stuff, okay? Just thought I'd share some of that with you on why. People always ask why. Well, the truth is you're not old enough to be wielding some of these things. You're children. But I'm the smartest guy out of MIT in that last 20. The neural processing data components necessary for a chemical computer to process at that neural quantum speed your genetic makeup is not capable of. You actually don't have the flesh power to run it. Well, what can I run? Well, you can use technology to assist with that, yes. But now remember, if your spirit is online, just like, for example, make this really simple for everyone, this is how powerful we are. Can a laptop store the entire contents of the internet on its hard drive? No. But can a laptop access the internet and then have access to all of the data in the universe? Yes. What I'm getting to, ladies and gentlemen, that accessing and having these dimensional versions and having certain access to information is not a punishment. It's just that you have to be old enough and balanced enough to access the information to know how to use it, how to wield it, and why you should or should not do something. We call that wisdom. That's all it is. They are air brakes. They are parking brakes for us so we don't go off the deep end like we did in Atlantis. There it is. Okay? Come together. You guys all know what went down in Atlantis. We took it a little too far. Okay? We don't want to do that. Let's be like I said, the most powerful beings in the universe also probably experience the most stuff. And listen, we've experienced a lot of torment and horrible stuff and torture and all this suffering. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. No disrespect to a lot of beings out there, but the amount of ridiculousness on this planet it's crazy. Let's do it, okay? But it just makes us stronger, but I think we're done with that lesson plan. It's not like we turn a page in that book, the suffering book, and experience. No. We're done. Burn it. Recycle it. Now let's open a new book called Manifestation, Love, Generation. Okay? The golden age is here. We're literally walking together through the transition of the before and after. And we're feeling it every single day. Every pulse that comes from the sun and every CME is like a quantum data machine. It's all processed. It's all known. So as these things purge from you, just remember that, okay? All right. See, it's hard to put it all together. You're like, oh, I never thought about it like that. You're like, yeah, it's kind of like that. Is there an easier way to do it? No, you got to feel it. That's what makes us different as eternal beings of spirit who have to feel. That feeling is, let's just call that creator or our sources, governor, or safety. You can't have crazy evolution and you can't go super technical. What's the first thing what happens when you start cloning bodies or doing a bunch of weird genetic experiments? What happens? They can't replicate. Yeah, they're sterile. So the first thing creator would do is, yeah, we're taking that away. What I'm trying to get to, there's a rhyme and a reason. There's a speed to this. And I, of all people, have the least amount of patience you can ever imagine. The fact that my vessel is even telling you this and that I understand it is huge for me just in this incarnation. Like, if that was the only thing I learned out of everything I've done so far, it would be one of the greatest lessons I could ever tell anyone. There's a rhyme and a reason to why we run it this way. Okay, because there's been many of us and our aspects in different planes of existence that don't agree with the reincarnation well, don't agree with punishment, don't like the dharma karma thing, don't like having to be in the balance and having to pay your tab. I'm here to tell you, having gone through all of that, there is a very, very real reason why we do. And it's very old and it's 100% true. The pain in understanding that is what takes millions of years to really get. Once you do, that's how you become one of the guards with the robes on and the golden armor and the swords and the helmets with the that just stand there and look rad. All those beings had to go through all of those. So when you see your higher self's face and your third eye comes on, you look way up on your stream and you see the big dudes that just have that like stern, like, what up, little guy? Look on their face. Hey, what up, little guy? You hanging in there? Try for another 15,000 years. You know, like everyone's got a story. They're like, you can barely take 40 years. I spent 15,000 years in containment on an asteroid. Enjoy the sun. Like, everyone's got their own story. I mean, you know, like, I'm just telling you. Might not be that extreme, but some of us, yeah. One of my dudes on my night side, he always drops the, oh, you think you had it bad, huh? You guys ever get shot down going through, he got, in one of the Orion Wars, one of my dudes was on a spacecraft in a fighter and got blown, like, they were fighting inside of a wormhole and his ship got hit and got pixelated and his soul got, like, almost like torn into pieces like black hole style. And it took him a really long time to put himself back together and find his way back. And so all these guys that talk about, you know, all these weird little children things, you cannot imagine what it feels like to be on a spaceship going through a hole in a firefight. You don't even know where you're going or what you're doing. Your ship gets hit. It gets sucked into the wall of a wormhole and then spread. Like particleized and spread. So there's different levels to these games. That right there goes beyond any little weird baby. Oh, in the lower dimensions, there's demons and goblins and gremlins. Oh my. It's like, what? like that what attitude is what some of us carry. Like, what are you talking about? There are planets where there's little things like that run around. We call them animals. But down here, they're the big... Those are small things. Little, teeny, tiny, small things. Don't believe in small things. Don't hit your knees for small things. Don't let small things govern your actions or take you away from the light in your heart. So I hope that makes sense for some of you guys dealing with some of your own fears. Don't let small things affect you. This is a very large universe. All right. Little perspective for you. Highway. Cards. We're doing cards. Let me click on the banner. All right. I didn't know you were in a good situation. Card time. All right. Card time. I love you, by the way. Just saying. They have no idea. I know. There's things out there in the dark that'll be like, come over here. I mean, hey. Talk about a 10,000-year penalty box, huh? All right. That's not even funny. I know. I'm just saying. It happens. It definitely... things happen in space. It's weird out there. All right. We're going to start with... Let's do unicorns, dragons. I have a deck I want to show. Odin's Playbook for all my deals. So let me talk about this here. I got it. One of the best pilots in the Orion. I know. Love the face. By the way, I don't think that's the Turtle Orion group. I think that's the... What do they call them? Black League. The guys that were not about the nano stuff. That actually were defending the galaxy from AI while this little baby planet developed before the barrier wall went down. A lot of these things I have in my consciousness from my aspects, the duration of time dilation from what it is me sitting here talking to you, it seems very distant. It seems like a distant memory, but it doesn't seem that distant. If everything's happening in real time, that stuff is still relevant, but back then, there was a lot more of a certain polarity that right now has already been transmuted. So it's like very different levels of polarization on either side. So that's why some of us got called here, because we can deal with the darkness. We're like, that's more like a mild darkness. That's more like, is that like Bruges? Like, what type of black is that? Is that the... I mean, it looks almost like it's gray. Is that like a mist? Is that a... What is it with like... Is that like a goblin mist? That's not the darkness of deep space. That's like a... It's kind of dark, but it's kind of not. I might wear that as sunscreen in the darkness. Your darkness is like my sunscreen. I mean, come on, guys. Making jokes, but let's keep it real. All right. You call that dark? Of our own device. And if I'm laughing about it, come on. Rise and come from your heart. You guys, healing is laughing from gnarly stuff, because that's how you know you've done it. My thing is that I know we are here to shift a planet, and I'm remembering and understanding the mission. And that there's a reason why we're untouchable. There's a reason why you're very powerful. There's a reason why you have to choose. You have to choose to wake up. You have to choose to activate. That's free will. Okay? And that's why they're very, very scared of us. Harmony. First cut for us unicorns. Harmony. This is what, like, imagine like all the dark dudes like on this planet, and then like ship lands. It's like the size of a moon, and dudes get out. You know, like black capes in the whole. There's like some guy with a boombox. There's like a boom boom, just a boom boom. There's like there's like a whole thing, procession. You get in there, and he's like, "Hi, I'm the Dark Lord of Earth," and you like look at the guy, and you're like, what's the deal with your skin color? Hey, Tone! hey man, he's got the same skin tone as my sunscreen. Look at this guy. I mean, and the guy's like, oh my, sir, we're here to make sure you guys stop embarrassing all of us. You've embarrassed our species and you need to go. What happens when the beings that think they have right to rule this planet, their parents show up and say, hey kids, you had fun, now bounce. Everyone thinks it's the light side showing up and doing all the work. That's what they'd like you to think. There's other things going on in this polarity game where some of these beings that consider themselves dark mode, their parents are showing up and going, you've been misbehaving again. Billy, Johnny, Bobby, Robert, time to go. Brandon. They're dealing with them themselves. I just want to be real. So. I don't know why that should be a shirt. Your darkness looks like my sunscreen. I don't know how to say that. I don't know. Look, it's supposed to be a joke. I am light side. I'm just trying to say Bam Bam. Like, you think you're dark, you're not. You're not. The whole point is it's not to be dark, man. It's not like a competition. The thing is that it's like, are you happy? Are you having fun? Are we balancing things? Are we harmonizing? Are you an agent of harmony? Are you here to balance any system we come into? It's way beyond good or bad, guys. It's like, I want to be an agent of harmony. Balancing, that's it. I can't stop because now I'm getting visuals of just like, you look like my sunscreen. Sorry. There's no sun in deep orbit, boy. All right, I got it. Okay, let's make some light humor. Come on, see? See what happens when I get going? It gets a little too serious. Hunting. We be hunting. We are hunting harmony. We're harmony hunting. What is the right harmony? We're hunting it down. What is the right timeline? We are hunting it down. Wow, that is actually huge. We are harmony hunting. All right, I'll do dragons. Okay, I'm having fun. They're like, speed it up. All right. Speed it up for you guys. Sorry about that. Only you would think that is funny. Well, you know what? You woke me up. What do you want? Only you would think of that. That is so funny. I do make fun of demons and how small their fangs are. I mean, I told you guys that a long time ago. You call that a fang? You know, things starting to scare you. I'm like, hey, let me see it. And it's like, like maybe like a little inch and a half for you. Like, you call that a fang? It's like, I feel like I'm like the Crocodile Dundee over here. Like, that's a fang. You know what I mean? Again, when you guys lose all fear, that's what I'm trying to get to. It's not like I'm trying to have some funny, jokey thing with you. What I'm trying to say is when you're not scared, they can't loosh off you. They can't affect you. It's a free will universe. They can't hurt you. They can't attach to you. How they do it is they make you feel like they have got control over you. Or you have to do this. Oh, we're gonna get you. We're gonna do it if you don't fulfill your agreement. We're gonna get you. Wasn't the Cowardly Lion? Don't be scared of the darkness, kids. Okay. You gotta listen to us. I'm the bad guy. Oh. You gotta listen. I'll tell you. All right, we're on one today. Rebirth from us dragons. Rebirth. Hey, I'm rebirthing. Look. Rebirth. Okay. I am no longer the Hulk. I am the more evolved Hulk where the Doctor is inside of him. He's like, look, I'm smart and I'm the Hulk. I am balanced. I meditate. Okay? Rebirth. All right? Rebirth. One more for us dragons. By the way, I like the word Earth Alliance. I know that a lot of these guys are saying the Galactic Federation of Light is a psyop. Here's what I like to say. I told you I had some weird, or the Federation of Worlds. Listen, I like Earth Alliance. If you're here to save this planet, if you're here to free the souls of this planet, if you're here from all systems, the entire universe to help out, I like to call it the Earth Alliance. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut all that red tape out of the way too. Just sashimi the whole thing. If you're a being here to help this planet regain its sovereignty, beauty, divinity, love, and harmony, let's just call that the Earth Alliance and move along, shall we? All right. And the next card is Gathering Your Power for us dragons. Gathering Your Power. Dude, these are on fire. What are we doing so far? We are harmony hunting. What do we want to do? What do we want to create together for us Palladians, Taigetans, and Engans, and Nords? For us dragons, we are rebirth, the self. Gathering your power and rebirth. Okay? Gathering your power. Giving yourself a second chance. Thank you. That's what I really feel like we're doing. We're giving ourselves a second chance. And it's awesome. I have a lot of cool things that I'd like to share. That's all. All right. We're going to do some Galactic Heritage cards. Let's go. Hold on. Oh. Card time. Keep it up. Card time. You guys having fun out there? Let me get these shuffled up here. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's the Galactic Heritage deck. First card is Mirror Reflection of Zeta Reticuli. Mirror Reflection. I don't know. Did this whole thing go down in the Zeta Reticuli star system a very, very, very long time ago? And we're the mirror reflection of the biological version. Them maybe doing the transhumanist thing. Them maybe doing too much of the cloning thing. We are the positive polarity to the Zeta Reticuli negative polarity. Future. We are the mirror reflection. Here's the thing. Let's mirror harmony and fix whatever we got going on. That's what Dad would say. All right, cool. You got too much pepper and we got too much salt. Well, I want some Cajun seasoning. I need both of you. Okay? There we go. Future. Mirror reflection. Let's go. Dude, come on. Let's put it all together and make a happy meal. Make a bliss meal. All right. Just keep mixing it together. It's out of control. We're making the most insane smoothie ever created. 12-strain DNA with all the bells and whistles. All right. I did see guys landing in my dreams, like huge giant dudes. And I sat there and I was like, Yasko which literally means like, about time, jackass. And like, they were like, no way. And then I like morphed into some, like, I just stretched and I was like, what up, dude? Like, they're like, oh shit. Like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm so ready. Like, by the way, if big Sumerian gods land, can can you let me be the translator and not some weird little nerd puppet political tinka tonka toy with the spiritual age of an infant? I can't do it anymore. If they land over there somewhere, holler at your boy, come pick me up at Sedona Airport. Let me go translate. Okay? Because they get very weird. Let me tell you, some of those royals take things, there's certain customs you have to follow. Don't send a child to do an adult's job. That's all I'm saying. Next card. Unconditional love, Arcturus, parallel. Unconditional love. That's what we're doing here. Whatever darkness or negative experience or weird stuff that's gone down, we're here to transmute it with unconditional love and love all of it. That's what we're doing here. You make jokes, you make even the guys over there laugh. They're like, wow, that's hilarious. He just called your darkness his sunscreen. That's actually really funny. I mean, from a certain perspective. What I'm getting to is Arcturus, parallel, unconditional love. We're here to make jokes and heal. We're here to heal, ladies and gents. Okay? We had a whole time marker, 2 time markers pass. Remember, I told you there's 3. It was like 2.5. 1 just hit. There's 1 coming, and then a half or another one. There's 2 more markers before this thing really pops off. That's all I'm going to say. If I say anything more than that, I got to deal with everything and a lot of other things. Sometimes I get information that's not so dead on because then it would be really awkward. There were timelines when I said some things in the past about 4 months ago. There were timelines that it did go. We keep shifting timelines. Especially when they turned CERN on in July, that threw the timeline off again. Okay? Hopefully they've got that under control. So this is from Odin's playbook. This is what I wanted to share. There's a limited supply of these guys left. I don't know. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. You guys were this black star that I got from India, and all the power rings we just got. You guys are crushing them. We're going through them. If you guys are waiting on it, you shouldn't. Just check out the store.teamlight.com. A lot of the stuff that we're doing right now. Thank you so much for all your guys' support in doing that. But there are some really special things on there. You guys should take advantage of it now. Don't wait. Might not be there. And for Odin's playlist, 7 of Rings. That looks so cool. All right, 7 of Rings. All right. Let's read what the 7 of Rings is. For this week coming up. All right, 7 of Rings. Let's see what we got. All right. The 7 of Rings. Oh, and those master pyramids, yeah, that's what they're looking like, just so you guys know too. They're coming out just hot, straight fire. 7 of Rings. I made 2 more. There was 3. Those are gone. I made 2 more. I'm slowing down. Time for me to make some other things that we're working on. Come on, 7 of Rings. If you guys are into tarot, if you guys have that information, go feel free to add what your interpretation is too, what that means. 7 of Rings. Boom. Come on, man. Okay, here we go. 7 of cards. Rings. Okay, here we go. Rings. 69. Starts on 69. 7 of Rings. Your mindset has shifted, and now you recognize that anything worth growing takes time and patience. You are prepared to put your time and energy into yourself, now to reap the gains later down the road. Stability is built on a strong effort and desire to create foundations that are long lasting. Take a time out and show gratitude for all that you have been blessed with. We don't die, yes, we multiply. Fat lady sing. I love this song. He go, so knows. Come on, give me a little fire. Here comes the unstumper. All right, we're trying. Officer, still living like that. All right, you guys, I love you. Ordinary, juice like a strawberry. All right, I'm losing my voice here. This room is not acoustically set to my voice. No, I gotta tell you. What? You sound like a combination between Jesus and Fergie. Brandon, I gotta tell you. You're good. Are you messing with me? No. I can't even look at you right now, Brandon. Your voice sounds like a combination between Jesus and Fergie. I know. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Little stepbrothers for you guys. Little humor for you guys out there. Listen, you guys, we've got this. You guys are in the final classes of you remembering who you are, how you want to live, how you want to be, the frequency you want to airwalk on, over the crowds, over the mountaintops, and how you want to stretch and put your music on and let your light flow throughout this grid. The light is kicking up on this planet. We have more access to it. Thus, use that light to transform your life, transmute these negative energies. I am Rion, and it's been an absolute pleasure being with you guys here today. Till next week, I love you guys. All right. Peace.